this cryotube, are you going to kill me? They looked at me with a puzzled expression, like I had just said something completely unhinged. What? Why would I? Frankly, you're a big discovery. Huh? Come with me, I can explain. I was hesitant. They seemed friendly so far, but I've been alive long enough to know that anything has the capability to lie. Still, it was that, or sitting around in this mossy room, and I guess the first option would be better. So I followed, ready for whatever the heck was going to be next. And if I do get killed by them, well, not like I have much to lose. I followed them through what looked like a bunch of ruins of old buildings, and frankly, it probably would have been fine if those buildings weren't once buildings that I walked past a bunch while I was still alive. So, tell me, when were you frozen? February 23rd, 2025. She stopped dead in her tracks. What? That's from almost 6,000 years ago. I know, I'm just as surprised as you are. I was only supposed to be frozen for about 50 years, but something went wrong, I guess. What is life like now? That's what I'm going to show you, just keep following me. Oh, also, she walked around a corner, and I heard a little bit of rummaging, and then she came back with what looked to be an old pair of pants, and tossed them to me. Put those on, it's uncomfortable already seeing you, you know. She didn't need to finish, and I put the pants on. They were a little tight, but it's better than nothing, I guess. We walked for a while, through old, broken down and vegetation-filled streets, and back alleyways that looked basically the same as they had been. They asked me a lot of questions about things from my time. Apparently, they're shocked to learn about all the pollution and destruction that happened back then. I guess if they live in a world with this much greenery, learning about what the world used to look like could be shocking. I also asked questions, but I didn't get too many answers. What I did get is that apparently, sometime in the 2050s, some sort of catastrophic event happened that killed most of humanity, with those all still alive being the few that were living off-world on the moon, which explains enough about why I seem so rare. However, a few years prior, the first fully sentient robot was created, and somehow, it and many other ones were able to survive the grand extinction and live on. Over time, they built more of themselves, until they had developed their own society. Which explains this robot girl, who also said her name is Lilac. A nice name. Here we are. We stopped walking at the tip of a hill, and looking out over something very beautiful. It appeared to be a highly futuristic technological city, sprawling sleek, metallic, skyscrapers, and what appeared to even be hovercars. Even from here, I could make out a couple of robotic citizens. Similar looking to Lilac, but different all the same. However, what was just as eye-catching was the surrounding landscape. Lush green fields and rolling hills, crystal blue lakes spotted about, as well as small forests, all surrounded by a small mountain range that only added to the view. Beautiful, isn't it? This is what life after the end looks like. I thought back to right before I awoke in the pod, about how I imagined the world as either a big technological wonder, or a star-stunning green landscape. I never imagined that it would end up being both. Yeah, it is beautiful. Simon, let's get down there, I have to show you around. I took a moment, this time not for hesitation, but for anticipation. I felt the warm breeze on my skin yet again, and for a moment, I expected to wake back up in the cryopod, surrounded by scientists saying I had been there for 50 years. But, thankfully, that wasn't what happened. Now, it was time for me to explore a truly new world.